Hello, I've had a few of you messaging me asking for some hip opening stretches. So I've got a few for you today. I'm going to show you. A couple of them are dynamic stretches, which is where we move through the stretch. And a couple of them are static stretches, which is where we'll hold the stretch for 30 to 40 seconds, relaxing into it, focusing on our breathing. So this stretch is called a couch stretch. What you have to do, pop your leg up like this. If you don't have a little step or like a low couch or something to put your foot on, you can put it against the wall, but then it will just be more upright like this. So it's going to be a more intense stretch. So you rest your foot there, your other foot comes forward like this, knee at 90 degrees. You're going to pop your hand on the floor before you start to get set up. What I want you to do, before you come up into the stretch, you're going to tuck your tummy in, make sure your core is nice and strong, and then you're going to squeeze the butt of the back leg, okay? So core on, squeeze the bum, come up into this position, and then you're also going to imagine that you are drawing the knee in to the middle of the body, and also drawing the inner thigh into the middle of the body as well. Core on, nice and strong, bum squeeze. You're going to hold it here for about 30 seconds. You can also sort of move around, twist your body, you can lean over to one side, and you'll just get different variations of the stretch, but it's really going to target here in the inner thigh, can sometimes go down into the quad as well. Everyone kind of feels the stretch different depending on where you're tightest. So when you find a tight spot, hold it there, focus on your breath, and just relax into the stretch. It should feel uncomfortable, but never painful. Once you've held it for 30 seconds, like this, you can also bring your arms up as well. Make sure always engaging the core and squeezing the bum. And hold each pose for 30 seconds. I'm just moving through them just to show you. You don't need to watch me do it for a full 30 seconds. Then you'll change legs. Same thing. You're going to set yourself up into position. You're going to squeeze the core. You're going to squeeze the glute. You're going to come up. Drawing the knee into the midline of the body. Pulling this inner thigh into the midline of the body. Lean into it. Really feel that stretch down the hip. Bring your arms up. Twist. Play around with your positioning. See what feels good for you. And remember, uncomfortable but not painful. If you feel sharp shooting pains, anything like that, just pull it back a little bit. You want to be able to sit in the stretch, feel it working, but not go too far. So this stretch is quite advanced. It's a really good one. I'll show you a couple of different variations of it. It might be a little bit much when you're first starting out, but I'll show you this one first. So you're going to be in a lunge position, knee at 90 degrees. Your back foot, you can have it like that if you want to. I just prefer to have my toes under. I feel it's a nicer stretch. The opposite hand is going to come down onto the floor just in line with your foot there. You're going to open up through the chest, coming back as much as you can. Look up towards that hand. Feel a stretch through your chest, opening up. Feel it in your lower back, maybe your mid back as well. Hold it there for a few seconds. Then you're going to come through. You're going to thread this hand through. You're not going to get far because you'll be restricted. As you do, you're going to push that knee out to the side like that. And you're going to feel a nice stretch through the groin here, through the inner thigh. And you'll also feel it in your upper back here as you reach through. Holding it there for a few seconds. And this is more of a dynamic stretch. So this one is, instead of holding it like a static stretch, where you would hold for 30 seconds, this one you move through. So we're going to do 8 reps on each side. So it's 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. And then we're going to switch sides. Same thing, so toes under, hand down in line with that foot. Opening up through the chest, Look up for that hand. Then you're going to come down, feeling that inner thigh stretch, and back up. 8 times per side. This is an alternative for that stretch, and so you can be on all fours, opening up through the chest, threading this hand through and up. So this is a nice alternative if the lunge version is too much for you. Good. And then same thing on the other side. Again, do about 8 per side. I'm just going to do 4 to show you. Good. And then an alternative for the lunge part of it, so you make sure that you're also stretching through the hips and the groin as well as the upper and lower back. You'll just do the lunge separately, so holding it like that. You can push your knee out, you can come down if you're comfortable. If you can get to here, that's awesome. If not, you'll stay here and just let that inner thigh stretch. This one you'll hold as a static stretch for 30 seconds per side. Same thing on the other side. Again, if you feel discomfort, put a cushion under your knee or something. And then another really good stretch. This one's kind of weird. Looks funny, but that's okay. It's a good stretch, so we'll deal with it. You're going to come down into a froggy position. So you're going to have your knees as wide as you can, wider than hip width. You might want to put like a cushion under each knee. It can be a lot of pressure. You want to keep your bum first of all in line with the knee, so you're in a nice straight line, and you want to keep the foot in line with the knee also, so you don't want your feet to be in like that. You want them out, same width as your knees, bum in line. You're going to hold this, and you're going to slowly rock, pushing your bum back towards the back wall, bringing it forwards. Nice and gentle. It's going to feel pretty intense, this stretch. Coming down onto your forearms, if you can. If not, you stay over here, that's fine. Good. And again, this one's more of a dynamic stretch than a static stretch. If you find a spot where you feel it's extra tight, you can hold it there. But otherwise, you're just going to gently rock forwards and backwards, releasing the hips. You can also kind of wiggle your bum from side to side to feel different intensities as well. If you do that. And then once you've finished, come out of it slowly and walking your hands forwards, sliding down, bring the legs together and just sort of wiggle from side to side. Let your hips relax. Don't come out of any stretch very shortly, because you can pull something, or you could also just make your body think that that position is not safe, so it won't go into it comfortably again. So always take your time with stretching, never rush it, because when you take your time, your body recognises that that's a comfortable or safe position for it to hold, and that's how you improve your flexibility, because it's a central nervous system response. Sorry, I'm going on, but yeah, I love science. I hope those stretches help. You should do them at the end of every workout, especially if you're doing lower body. Also, if you're sitting down a lot at a desk, it's really good to maybe at lunchtime just go through those 3 stretches just to open up your hips, make sure you're moving. And also, if you do the glute exercises that I've shown you in previous workouts, they'll really help as well, because when you sit a lot, your hips are in a closed position all day, and your glutes are in a lengthened position. So that can be a lot of pressure on the lower back. If you do the hip opening stretches that I show you combined with the glute activations, it can really help to relieve the pressure. I hope that helps. Have a lovely day and I will speak to you soon.